There's opportunity in the face of difficulty. There's that the opportunity doesn't come in those easy times. Yeah, it's out of the comfort zone that allows for real and true growth. Grab the silver lining and have a looking for the silver linings in life. Yeah, there's a lot of difficulty happening. There's a lot of crisis in a lot of ways and a lot of places and spaces and with people, a lot of suffering and challenging times, difficulty, but there's also such an opportunity in the face of difficulty. Leaders are carved in the face of difficulty, and there's opportunity in the face of difficulty. There's that the opportunity doesn't come in those easy times. Yeah, it's out of the comfort zone that allows for real and true growth. There's only now, here, and forward to go. Taking the next steps, one step, two steps, this step, that step, and having your head on the right place. And I say the right place is just right here in your own body, starting with your own body and getting present to your life, getting present to yourself, to the physical universe right here. Have your eyes and ears open and be connected to yourself. And from this connection, you access a light, an inner light, a conscience. And you're also I'll tell you how it is for me. It's like when I get something negative, some kind of negative impulse or negative narrative, I see that as a notification. Like negativity is a notification that I need to clean something up, or I need to take some kind of different action, that I'm taking some kind of wrong action or moving in the wrong direction, or my orientation toward a situation or life is maldirected. So it's a cleanup. Negativity, it's not a bad thing to get rid of. It's not something that you want to medicate away, because it doesn't go away. It's just the dragon gets bigger and the beast gets more brutal internally. But if you actually listen, wait, it's speaking, it's saying something to you. Listen, get quiet, listen. And you resist and you resist and you resist until you're all bottled up full of resistance and anxiousness and angst. And yeah, and then you get resentful and bitter. But what if you gave up all that resistance? Like, what if you gave it up? What if you were a yes to really get present, to really listen to what your body's saying, listen to what your conscience, you're a spiritual being, and spirit speaks. God, creator, speaks in a language we all can understand. You know, the body speaks in pain and pleasure and sensations, but the conscience speaks the higher calling. Because we have our own spirit, let's say, but then there's the higher spirit, or the creator of the universe, the creator of heaven and earth, that's bigger than all of us. But it's a force. Yeah, there's a light that's related to that force that we have access to, that illuminates our life, our path, and our leaning, our direction with what really matters. And if you're not living in congruence with your real values, that's probably that hound of heaven. That's likely that the cry of the conscience, come back. It could be that anxiety that's rising up because there's a gap between what's really important, like what matters most to you, and the way you're living is incongruent, inconsistent, out of alignment with what's most important, what you value most. And in that gap rises up anxiety, frustration, resentment, bitterness, judgment. Accept yourself as you are. And okay, I've accepted myself as I am, and this is it. And this is the end of the road. How do I accept myself as I am? All right. I don't find that a very powerful question. I actually find that a limiting question and a limiting kind of inquiry. I think that the more powerful question is, how do I know myself? Or who am I actually? And maybe the answer, part of the answer to who am I would be, what are my true values? It may be your values that you've had since you were very young, very small, like you were born with them. And okay, and if they do, they're quick to drop it because there's that bigger context of a general goodness of being It's not about being a good person. There's a commitment to the greater good, a greater good in yourself and a greater good in life and for others. And like that's an example. But then here's another question. How do I accept myself as I am? Not very powerful. I think a more powerful question is, who could I be? Who could I become? Shakespeare said, you know who you are and not who you could be. So we live with each other morning to night, and we have a sense of who we are. I'd say right here, my experience, most people are asleep to who they are, both good, bad, and ugly. They're asleep to who they are, and they're on autopilot, doing, busy, going somewhere. They don't even know where they're going, but they're getting some identity from where they're going and what they're doing. But it doesn't really answer the question of who am I and who could I be, which I think is a more powerful, or who could I become, which is a more powerful question and place to look, a bigger context. And I think that teachers like Jesus, the teachers who set kind of examples of who we all could be in life, amongst many more modern leaders. I think I have an idea of why someone does not even want to look at what they value, like truly value, or what are their values. I say the reason someone does not want to look at their real values is because they're not living in congruence with them. Because a lot of people, oh, my values are, yeah, I'm all about abundance, or I'm all about wisdom, or I'm all about love. And they'll spout out their values, and they don't live like that. They're like hypocrites. We all need the starting point. Maybe here are my values, and I need to be authentic about and real, tell the truth about how I'm not living in congruence with those values, my values, what matters most to me, like truly, because those values, my values are my guiding lights in life if I'm relating to them like that.